afternoon, sir. We have with us Mr. Rajesh Dhuddu, who is the Senior VP of Quatrro. So we would like to know from you, how do you perceive the digital payment system, which has now been the current market trend for Indian economy?
Yeah, in terms of there's a lot to be done in the digital payment space in India. So basically, currently the rails that are required to facilitate the digital payments are being implemented. So if you look at some interesting numbers, they point towards that particular direction. So if you look at in India, population of 1.3 billion people, with about 900 million mobile connections and about 20-25% smartphone penetration, and also with the penetration of the credit cards, people are now looking at moving on to the digital payments bandwagon. And also thanks to the mobile wallets that have come into the country, which have become more popular from a perspective of convenience and also from a perspective of cashbacks, people started adopting digital payments. But if you look at the numbers, still 97% of the transaction in India is cash based, and only about 6% of the merchants accept card based payments. So the scope is there a lot to, I mean, there's a lot of scope to improve the acceptance of the digital payment. My personal experience is it'll increase over a period of time because of three reasons. One, convenience. So for the people who do not have a problem to pay, for them convenience drives more and more of digital payments. So for example, if you look at technologies like NFC, near field communications, where you tap and pay, it is the convenience. And today the app based payments are taking off because convenience, where the payment is becoming invisible, you don't even know that the payment is being made. So that segment will continue to drive the adoption of digital payments. But there are two important segments in India. One is in terms of a segment which has a very limited access to cash. So take the example of a low income family, where the cash inflow is defined, the quantum of cash inflow is defined, whereas once the cash comes in, it goes out in form of EMI payments, in form of loan payments and all that stuff. If we are able to give a better cash flow management solution or a offering to them, then they will also get onto the digital bandwagon. Then the third segment, which is the segment who do not have access to credit easily. And if we provide credit access through the digital channels, they will also come onto the digital bandwagon. So all these are going to drive digital payments to a larger extent. My personal prediction is, so after 5 years, payment becomes so invisible that people don't even realize that payment is being made.
Right. So, secondly, what we would like to know from you is, how do you perceive that digital payments will evolve in the coming few years?
Yeah, so in terms of today, already people are talking about making payments through wearables. So, they're talking about making payments through mobile apps, making payments through wearables and stuff like that. My long term prediction is it so happens that you will sign up with people who will manage your income and expenditure, and then they do the complete management for you. And once you sign up with them, you don't even know whether the payment is being made. All that you're bothered about is, are your needs being met or not? So those kind of payment systems, those kind of management in combination with the merchants and the banks are going to come into existence. This is my personal prediction.
Yeah. So the last thing that we would like to know is, like, Quattro being one of the key solution providers in the BFSI sector.
Right.
How are they working in lines, or how are they strategizing their moves?
Right.
To keep in lines with digital payment
Sure.
systems?
So for us, we work behind the scenes. We are like Intel inside. Whatever is the form of payment that is evolving, we have to ensure that we have the relevant technology to drive that particular payment, to drive the convenience which is driving the payment. So basically, the way we will be working is in terms of, we will have to be abreast of the technology, bring in the next generation technology whose cost of implementation is not deterrent. for people who would like to adopt that technology. In addition to that, we also bring in the processing support. See, today if you look at financial institutions, leave aside the large ones in the country, but the mid and the small tier financial institutions, they do not have access to the talent pool as well. So there comes in Quatrro with its global experience, and they provide the background to them. They're not only helping them in a technological implementation, but also strategizing with them what technology, what operations they need to implement on a pay-as-you-go basis. So there is not much of capital investment for them. Finally, I would like to say that Quatrro Processing is a payment company which has been conceived, conceptualized, and being nurtured by bankers for bankers. So that's the difference we bring in. Unlike the other technology providers where the technology geeks are driving the payment processing company, here we are a set of bankers who are driving the Quatrro payment processing company.
Well, so that's all that we had to ask you.
Sure.
We welcome you in the summit and we would request you to join us again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.